Good afternoon, good morning, good wherever you are in the world at this time. We're super glad to be back and jumping back into this podcast series with your hosts Tim and Justin. Hope you guys have had a good year so far, and we're excited to jump into some really good topics.
2025,
Just
baby.
just to talk. That's it. Here we are, baby. Let's go, and it's already off to a great start. So, hey Tim, one of the things that we talk to our customers about all the time is just the understanding of why we catalog materials. We
Yep.
talked a little bit about that early on in one of our earlier podcasts, but it keeps getting brought up. And specifically, Tim, I think it'd be really good because everybody we talk to either has no inventory or they have a ton of inventory and they're trying to get their head wrapped around why I have that inventory and what I
Yep.
can do to optimize that, right? Like we're kind of in
Yep.
that. Don't really, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world and businesses are kind of,
Yep.
they just want to tighten the ship up a little bit. So Tim, like, let's talk about how we stop the bleeding up front, right? And you
Yep.
say it better than anybody I've ever heard it. Give the world the Lexin philosophy around how we create and handle material masters.
That's easy. Catalog everything. No, I'm just kidding. But it's
Pretty
I
close.
think
No.
I think the world is, yeah, it's pretty close. The world is stuck in this mindset of it's just too hard. It's the too hard basket. And in today's world with the AI,
Hmm.
I think we've got to realize we're a data driven world where we have to feed the beast and it needs a lot of information constantly. And it's not that hard. It's just when people don't know, I always go back to this, the saying is the most difficult part of any journey is that first step. Just start cataloging. But when you do it, and this is where like Justin, you and I were talking, so today is draw a line in the sand. There's three things you got to do. Three things. Not hard, and we can help. One, catalog the material. If you're going to repetitively buy something more than once a year, catalog it, okay? Whether it's going to be a spare part or a consumable. Those are the only two things in direct materials. If you're an SAP, it's an URSA or it's a HIBI or HIBI, or it depends where you are. Okay, so first, catalog it. Two, two is tell me where it lives. Build bombs. A lot of companies don't have bombs, but you can say, hey, it's part of a wellhead or a drag line or this piece of equipment. I don't know where, but I know it goes in this area. That's better than nothing. In SAP, there's a division field on the basic data field that we like to use to say, hey, break your plant into five pieces and just tell me where it goes. It says, if you don't do bombs, that's a step towards it. Okay, so one, if you're going to catalog something and you're going to stock it specifically, I want to know where it lives within your plant. So that's two steps. We've cataloged it. Now we know where it lives in the business. Three, where can you source it from? Okay, and this is again, if you're an SAP, this is
Absolutely.
PIRs or info records. It's like these are the vendor or the vendors that I can supply it from. Once you've done that, you've connected your supply chain. You can even automate from that perspective if you're doing RFQs and requests for quotes and things like that. But that's for another presentation.
Yeah, and I think that's really good. Tim, we have a customer that we're working with now, and they've got quite a bit of dead stock, and they don't know why they
Yeah.
have it, and they've got a directive
Yep.
to kind of clean that up, and figure out what to do with it. And I tell them the first thing we do is, what's tied to a maintenance plan,
Yeah.
what's tied to your critical equipment, and then the rest of it. Hey, again, let's just sit down and talk about it. Let's strategize and sit with the
But okay,
operations guys and the
you just brought
technicians and
up.
the maintenance guys, and yeah,
Yep. You just brought up a really good point. So this is something we come up with maintenance with them. And they've got to realize once you start stocking materials, there becomes a standard piece of work that you have to build into reliability engineering and maintenance's day. They have to review materials. Okay. Because you're always going to come up against some very slow
absolutely.
moving, potentially obsolete, and said you've got to set aside time for somebody at some level to review. Hey, this material hasn't moved, let's say, in 4 years. And if you have a bomb, great, because it makes the review quick and easy. And you say, do you still need this? Is it still
Yep.
part of the plant? Yes, and you can document that. So then it becomes, okay, it's a slow moving material, so I've segmented it, but we need to keep it versus, oh no, shit, we got rid of that. years ago, that piece of equipment that can go. You can move that
That's
on.
right.
So if you've done that step up front and
Absolutely.
we know where it lives, that process becomes quicker and easier. So, like I said earlier, draw a line in the sand. Said, as of today, tell me where it lives and where I can source it from. And then all the process becomes much, much easier
Amen, brother.
down the track.
That's it. And guys, we love this. We completely understand where you're coming from. We've been there, done that. So would love your comments, your feedback. Let us know what you guys think. Love to hear the stories of how you guys have tackled this. Super glad to help as well if you guys need any advice or help just to kind of walk
Yep.
through and getting your head around a starting point. But hopefully
Yep.
that helps you guys, follow the 3 steps and get after it. Let's change the world one material master at a time. So Tim, you got
Exactly.
anything else for us today?
No, just stop looking at it as too hard basket. It's not hard. You just got to do a process. Take that first step, and it just gets easier from there.
Amen, brother. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for joining us, and stay in touch and keep cataloging. Take care, guys.